am Phil Brock. This is Brock, your block, and we're staying at Inspiration Point in Palisades Park. I need inspiration, but today I found it. I'm standing with one of my old friends, Alben Gielicz, and Alben is a Recreation and Parks Commissioner in Santa Monica, but above all, he is now TSS Man. Let's hear about why he's TSS Man. Hi, Alben.
Hi there. Good to see you, Phil. So TSS stands for The Super Sustainables. It's a new series of children's books that my partner Gonan Yakov and I wrote together in order to teach kids about how to be more sustainable, make better choices regarding our Earth and its resources, and mitigate the effects of climate change.
So does that mean you should have a cape on and a big TSS across your chest?
Yes, it does mean that. I left that at home today, but those are in the works too for some of our upcoming events.
So tell me about being sustainable and what you're trying to teach children.
So it all started about 3 years ago when we were in the thick of our drought with no end in sight and kind of scratched our heads like, what do we do about this? What's our role in making the situation a little bit better? And so we decided to create superheroes out of the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, and create a story around them that teaches kids between the ages of 7 and 12 how to better respect the earth and use our resources. So we focused on the drought. So the first book is Facing the Drought, and it's full of great water-saving tips and ways to save a little bit here and there in your home, and how to spread the word to other people who might be more reluctant to make these changes.
And it's interesting because I spent part of last night with Bill Nye, the science guy, who just had a film come out talking about the environment and talking about climate change. Great. So you're really doing the same thing because Bill Nye started with children and teaching them how to be aware, teaching them about science and teaching them the benefits of resisting climate change, the benefits of being sustainable.
Yep, and exactly. So he was definitely one of our inspirations for this. We wanted to take it a little in a slightly different direction. We created 4 really likable characters, very different, diverse characters. They are Ariel. She has the power of air. She's kind of the popular cheerleader. And then there's Tara, who has the power of earth. She's a bit more pragmatic, down to earth, and would prefer cleaning the beach to going to the mall. And there's Fuego, who has the power of fire, and he's kind of the skateboarder, jock, football player dude who's got a lot of friends and is a natural leader. And then there's Mizu, who has the power of water, and he's more the scientist, inventor, kind of the quiet kid in the class.
You mentioned a minute ago that this is the first, so you're implying that there will be more of the sustainables.
Absolutely. We're already working on books 2 and 3. Book number 2 will be about air pollution and water pollution. And all the adventures that these heroes have are based on real life occurrences. I mean, obviously this is a fictional book, but the adventures that they face and the challenges that they face come from real world events.
What ages are these books geared toward?
7 to 12. The reading age is 7 to 12. However, parents could easily read this to younger kids and they would understand.
And maybe some parents should read it themselves.
Exactly. Like, there's lessons for everybody. The other great thing about this is we wrote and produced 7 songs, which are embedded into the iPad version of it. So as you read along, you can tap on the icon, and then that character sings to you and shares more about the story, about their personality. So it really helps the reader interact more with these characters and understand the story better.
Are we having to listen to you sing?
Absolutely not. That would not be a selling feature of this at all. No, we hired professional singers and wrote the songs ourselves and worked with a lyricist and melody duo who pieced it all together. All based here in Santa Monica, by the way.
And I understand you got your inspiration here in Palisades Park.
We did. So a few feet away from us is our wonderful totem pole, which is prominently featured in this book because this is the meeting point for the 4 heroes when they have an issue and they have to get together and figure out what to do. This is also the place where Mother Nature met them the first time because she oversees and kind of guides them through everything, and where she gave them all of their powers.
So Alben, I understand you have some storytelling powers. Read me an excerpt from the Super Sustainables.
So in chapter 1, when Mother Nature and the Earth get together to decide what to do, Mother Nature develops her plan and chooses to release the power of 4, as we call it, the 4 elements, earth, air, fire, and water, into the world to find humans to grow up in so that they can be the force of change. So as she releases them from a necklace that she wears, she says these words: "Fire, water, earth, and air, help me save the earth from those who don't care. Let's help the world in her hour of need. Off we go with patience, wisdom, and speed. So go out there now, I will be there to guide you and find a way to teach those who don't have a clue. Let's show them how to save the earth by choosing careful actions teaching them to treat the world with love, care, and compassion. You will now work as one like never before. You are the elements, the power of four.
Now, is there a sword that comes down on their shoulders at that point?
This is the very beginning. Then 15 years later, we meet up with the characters when they're 14 years old. And there isn't the proverbial sword per se, but there is a ritual and a ceremony over at the totem pole which activates the superheroes' powers so that they know what they have to do. And so a couple of them can fly. Mizu has the power of water. He can control water. Terra can control the earth, stop landslides and earthquakes, and communicate with animals and trees. Fuego obviously is all about fire. He can control fire. And then Ariel can control the winds and some of the weather elements.
So if I talk to Mizu and want my body surfing the waves to be bigger that day, I can talk to him?
It's funny you say that. He can actually do that, and
I need to become his friend.
Right, definitely. He's a great one. So what happens is, before each of the characters meet Mother Nature, they all have an experience with their powers that kind of freaks them out because they don't know how special they are yet. And Mizu is able to create waves with the kind of the tap of his foot. So
oh, that's very
the
cool.
The surfers on the beach really like him for that. So,
I would assume they would. Tell me how this book is doing so far.
So far, so good. We've had a good run of publicity. We've been on morning shows around the country, and now it's available on Amazon.com and through our website, thesupersustainables.com.
That is thesupersustainables.com.
Yep. Thesupersustainables.com is a interactive website. You can buy the book, but you can also play games, take a quiz to tell you what element you are, download coloring sheets and mazes. You can meet the characters. We have little animated videos with each of them talking about more of who they are and what their mission is.
I'm the former chair of the Recreation and Parks Commission, and you're been a long time Recreation and Parks Commissioner. In book 2 or 3, can we maybe have Parksman? I might be good for that.
Well, I think you're not the first one to ask for a role in the book, but I think that's a great idea. I mean, clearly parks demonstrate nature and what we need to be sustainable and healthy. And you look around, you see trees and bushes and the animals, and my God, without them, what would we be?
And in Santa Monica especially, we are in such a dense urban environment that our parks, our green spaces, our ocean, the quality of our water,
Right.
the quality of maintaining an environment that allows for places to breathe in our city is so important to our residents, so important to our visitors.
Yep, and the cleanliness of the beach. I mean, let's not forget, like, our biggest asset here is the beach. It's a great place to spend the day, and if we don't take care of that, as climate change happens and the water levels rise, we're going to lose it.
We could ask the Super Sustainables to work on Santa Monica Pier. I understand the water there came out as the 6th worst in California once again.
Did it really? Oh.
Yeah, that's a sad thing.
Yeah, it is. No, we can do better than that.
So the benefits of this book for children is that they will get some tips, hopefully change their habits, hopefully be children who recycle, hopefully be children who understand how to save water in the shower, because even though Santa Monica is out of a drought, California really will never be out of a drought. We will always have conditions that are ripe for the need for conservation, for the need to do better for our environment.
Absolutely. I mean, climate change is here to stay. And I was at a presentation not too long ago where the speaker said we are the first generation to experience the effects of climate change and the last to do anything about it. So, I mean, that really kind of sticks with me.
We both live in California,
Right.
where our governor, the legislature, our local leaders are bucking the federal government.
Right.
We're going to fight to stay on course, to have a better environment, to clean up carbon emissions, to do the things we need to do in California, and hope that the rest of the nation follows us.
Exactly. I mean, I'm so blessed. We're so blessed to live here. And, despite the disappointments of our federal government pulling out of the Paris Agreement, we can rest assured that California will still lead the way, as been clearly stated that day. The main message for this book for the readers is that they can be a hero too. And as you said before, the goal is that they read these, they develop these habits and behaviors that last a lifetime.
And every child, every adult can be a local hero.
Yes, they can. And from what I understand, kids go home and tell their parents to turn the water off and to recycle and all that. So this message, the message goes upward as well.
That's fantastic. Well, I wish you the best of luck with Super Sustainables. I know that next time I see you, you're going to have a TSS, emblem on your chest, a cape. For Brock and your block, I'm Phil Brock. It's been a pleasure standing with Alben Gielicz and talking about the super sustainables. We'll see you next time.
Mother Nature gave us life. Mother Nature gave us a home. We protect the planet and we take care of our own. We're heroes in human form, and you can share the dream. If you're living on the planet Earth, you're part of the team. Live like a hero, like the super sustainables do. Caring for the planet, yeah, you can be a hero too. Let's all be responsible. We're the super sustainables. Everyone's responsible. We're the super sustainables. Super sustainables. Represent the elements, united as one. We all work together to get the job done. We are the earth, we are the water, we are the fire and wind. I hope you'll join us. Let the journey begin. Live like a hero, like the super sustainables do. Caring for the planet, yeah, you can be a hero too. Let's all be responsible. We're the super sustainables. Everyone's responsible. We're the super sustainables. Super sustainables. Where there's pollution, we'll be there to bring the solution. Clean water, clean air. It's up to you, it's up to me to be the change we wanna see.